Hello and welcome to today's Tiger webinar. We apologize for the slight delay. We were working on some technical issues, but we are so glad to have you all here today. I am Lydia Palmer from RIT's Division of Development and Alumni Relations, and I'm your moderator for today's event. We're happy to have you join us today, and we hope that you and our entire Tiger family are well. As we all continue to adapt to this new working environment, we want you to know that RIT's Office of Alumni Relations is available to help all alumni with a variety of needs, including new virtual content, learning opportunities, and networking and career assistance through the new normal of pandemic realities. If you are not already connected to the RIT Alumni Association social media channels, including Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, we encourage you to follow these accounts. You will find up-to-date communications and opportunities to connect to other Tiger alumni in your region and your industry through Alumni Association social media. Many in our RIT family have asked how they can help our students and the university as we respond to the pandemic and prepare for the fall semester. We are incredibly grateful for those offers. There are two ways you can help. First, our new graduates and current students are seeking positions for full-time careers and co-ops, respectively. Many of these positions have been delayed or canceled entirely. If your company is hiring or would consider adding a co-op post, please contact Chris Steeler in RIT's Career Services Office and allow her to post that position in our systems. In addition, there is now an unprecedented need for financial aid scholarships for continuing and incoming Tiger students. If you are able, please consider making a gift at rit.edu/makeagift, and we thank you very much. Now, for just a few housekeeping points, we want to ensure that everyone is familiar with the presentation tools. You are joining from a remote location and are currently signed into your company's VPN. We encourage you to close that channel during the webinar to increase the quality of the transmission. The webinar platform is secure without VPN. All attendees have joined in mute mode. However, your questions can be entered in the chat box at any time throughout the discussion. We'll make every effort to address all comments and questions throughout the webinar. You're joining the event using broadcast audio. If you need to dial in by phone, please enter that information in the chat box and we will get you the dial-in information. ASL interpreting is also being provided at the Zoom link that is currently included in the chat box. The webinar will be recorded and made available, complete with captions, in approximately 1 week following today's event. All participants will receive an email with the link to the recording. If you have any technical questions, please feel free to type those into the chat box as well, and we'll do our best to get you the appropriate answers. We are pleased to welcome Herlan Manurung, Chief Chef de Cuisine at the Cafe and Market at Crossroads and Midnight Oil, both part of RIT Dining Services. Herlan has been with RIT Dining Services for 14 years. He hails from Sumatra Island, Indonesia, and grew up in a society in which family celebrations always include a celebration of their culture's food. This inspired him to become a chef. Herlan is particularly attracted to the art of food. When he was a teenager, he saw a food artist competition with chefs sculpting ice, fruit, butter, and chocolate to turn ingredients into artful centerpieces. He graduated from the Culinary Arts School and worked for a number of 4- and 5-star hotels as a baker and pastry chef. He also worked for a couple of cruise lines, traveling around the world as a garde-manger food artist, and then he returned to fine dining on land as a sauté chef and sous chef. He joined RIT as a cook, rose to sous chef, and then to his current role as chef de cuisine for Crossroads and Midnight Oil. Herlan, we thank you for joining us today. We hope you'll introduce your assistant there, and our audience is all yours.
Thank you, Lydia. How's everybody doing? I hope this pandemic still keeps us positive, and also it's a great way to learn about cooking while mostly all of us stay home. And I'm sure everyone now is the best chef in the world. So this is Chef Aaron. he will help me prepare for what we're doing today is a pot sticker or dumpling. Sometimes people call it. You know, when you steam it, they call it dumpling, and then pot sticker when you pan fry on the pan with oil. So you can either pan fry or steam it. It's your choice. So today we have all ingredient in front of me. Yeah. So we have ground pork, we have onions, green onion, and also we have shiitake mushroom and a couple other things. And this is the paper that we're gonna fold it to it. We're gonna fill it in with the mixture, and then we're gonna fold it. That's the skin of the pot sticker. You can get this over Asian market mostly, or sometime Wegmans store carry it. So anyone so far any concern about ingredients or before we start it?
I think we're in good shape. I hope that everyone did receive the ingredient listing when you registered. I think we mailed that out to everyone, so we should be all set, Herlan.
All right, so what we do first is we're gonna mix ground pork with everything ingredient list. So just mix everything. I got some mushroom in there. So you can hold it. There you go. I hold it. Yep. I got mushroom, pork, green onion, and seasoning, salt, black pepper, garlic, soy sauce, and some oyster sauce. So if you are a vegetarian, you can replace the what is it? The oyster sauce with just adding more soy sauce, because the oyster sauce contain they call fish extract in it. So if you are vegetarian, you can replace that with just regular soy sauce. So after that, you just mix it really well, all the ingredient, and then let it sit probably half hour to an hour in the fridge. And then it will come up at the end just like this, the mixture. Okay, and then we're gonna start filling the skin, put it on this. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So lay flat on the cutting board, like a few of them, and then we start brush it, the edge of it with egg yolk, one side. And again, if you are vegetarian, you can replace the egg yolk with just plain water.
Herlan, we do have a quick question. For the
Sure.
exterior wrapper that you're using there, is that something that you find packaged in the Asian aisle, or is it in the refrigerator section?
Correct. Should be a frozen one, in the frozen area. If you go to Asian store, they always carry it. And Wegmans, I believe some of the store, the biggest one, have it in the frozen section.
So it's frozen. Does it need to be defrosted first, or are you peeling
Oh
that
yes,
off?
correct.
Frozen?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep. All right. And then got the mixture, just 1 teaspoon. Put it in the center. And this is the tricky part, folding it. So you just fold it half. Let's see, got it down. There you go. Fold it half, like a half moon. and then tap it so they stay together, and you're folding it kind of the top, like pinch it together, and then they will be like this. And I'll do it again.
Turn this on.
Yeah, sorry. And then fold it half, like a half moon. And you fold it, pinch it together. And then if it from the top, it will be look like this. I'll do one more again. Fold it half. And then pinch it again. From the back like that, and then the front. Yeah, this is a great way to make like an appetizer if you're hosting a party for your friend, family. You know, you can make it a day ahead and then freeze it individually on the seed tray. And then the next day, you can just put it all together in the Ziploc bag and keep it in the freezer. So, and then when you need it, you just cook it from frozen. You don't need to cook it like fully thaw or stuff like that. Just keep it frozen, and then it cook quickly, so fast. So, yep, and then making it, and then I'm gonna heat up I'm gonna heat up a stove. I have a ancient stove here. So we're gonna pan fry it. Like I said, either you can steam it in the using rice cooker or pan fry, like what I'm gonna do right now. All right, Aaron, you wanna hold it? I think we're good there. You good there? Yeah.
And Erlan, I think it bears stating, because a couple people have mentioned this, pan fry if you like the crispy outside, steam if you
Correct.
like the sort of mushy chewy, right?
Yeah. So it's your preferred diet, whatever. Some people just don't like the oil, you know what I mean? So they just like fully steam. Either way, they are going to be taste great. I personally prefer the pan fry because I like the crispiness outside and soft inside. So when you pan fry, just heat up your pan for like a minute or two, because you want to create like a mark on the skin when we pan fry it. So let it hot. There's a common mistake that everyone do is when they turn the stove on and then they put the ingredient right away on the pan. It's because the pan is not hot enough, so it won't create those marks, you know. And after just gonna pour some oil. Oh, that's not oil. Sorry, it's water. We'll redo
What
this
kind of
again.
oil are you using?
I use a vegetable oil or canola oil, but some people will put olive oil. The only difference is canola oil will heat up faster than olive oil. So there is no preference in there. It just depends how fast you want to heat up the pan.
Okay. And it looks like
Say
you got
again?
your heat turned up pretty high there, yes?
Yep. And then pour a little oil there. And you will hear it sizzling. That means it's time ready to go. And then we're gonna put this pot sticker, swirl it around a little bit. So let it sear for like about a minute so you can get the crispy part inside, outside part. And just keep the heat is on high or medium at least. And I have some lid here. I'm gonna pour some water to it to create a high steaming so it cook faster. The only thing I recommend it, just make sure before you pour some water into it, make sure you're left-handed or right-handed, have another a lid for the pan so you can cover it right away because it's really, really hot. And just let it cook, and then you can turn it into the medium. And it should be about 3 to 5 minutes. So like in 2 minutes, I'm gonna check it. And then if we need more water to create more steam, we can do that in the meantime, waiting for the 5 minutes, That's right, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I like that.
While we're waiting, Erlan, so this one that you're making is with pork. You said that
Correct.
you have some suggestions for vegetarian versions?
Yep. So I forgot to mention about it is you can replace that pork with tempeh, tofu, or other kind of vegetarian protein. So the same process. You're just replacing the pork with your protein choice. And the flavor, I did once with the tempeh. If everyone wonder, tempeh is a fermented soybean that is really good protein, high protein, and they are sufficient enough to replace almost close to amount of protein on the meat itself. Yeah, I love tempeh. I'm not vegetarian, but tempeh is a great way to replace the protein. Everyone see there? And we're gonna turn this off. Let it
Is it
sit
just a
for-
time? Is it just a time thing, or is there something that you're looking for when you're looking at the cook there of the steamed ones? Is there something that you're looking for? Is it translucence or something like that, or just about 5 minutes?
Sure. The time is between 3 to 5 minutes. It depends how much you're putting it inside the wrapper itself. So if we put bigger size, of course, they're gonna take a longer time. That's why I said about 3 to 5 minutes. So it depends how much you're putting it inside. See, this is what I'm looking for, the outside part. Brown, golden, nice, and crispy. And then they are still soft. They are soft in the outside, in the top part. So and then you just transfer it. To the pan, and what I do to make sure the meat is fully cooked is I'm gonna cut it in the middle. And you can see here that the meat is cooked. There's no red spot, wherever. That means it's ready to eat. So, and here we go again. That's the final product there. Everyone can see. And this is really great if you serve it with just even soy sauce dipping, or yeah, or we have
Soy sauce, sesame oil, and sugar.
a soy sauce with mixer with little sugar, and then black pepper and seasoning, and then we just dip it, and then it really tastes delicious. Or you can buy like a pre-made bottle Asian sauce, any dipping you like, and I'm sure it will be taste as great as well. So, Aaron, you wanna try?
Absolutely.
All right, let's try it. I apologize, you guys cannot try. I hope somebody making it too at home right now. So, just dip in it like that, and then there we go. Really, really delicious. It's crispy, but and then up for a minute, and then it will be tasting like really soft, savory, salty, and sweet together.
Really
And-
good. And I want to answer Meredith's question here. Meredith, what we'll do is you should have received an email about a week ago with the information for the ingredients, but we will include that ingredient list again for you after the webinar, just to make sure you have all that information, okay?
Yeah, it's a really, really simple process. Like I say, you can make the mixture itself like a day before, and then the next day you're folding it, and then freeze it, and then you can pull it whenever you're ready to host your party and just cook it right away. So I'm not recommending it all the process at once. I rather doing it staging, making the mixture, freeze it, and then cook it while your guests or family come into your home, and then they'll be like, wow, So the pot sticker should stay in the heat about after office about 30 seconds. Any concern or question so far about the process?
Yeah, if anyone does have any questions or concerns, just or comments, go ahead and enter them right there in the chat box. It sounds like a quick and easy recipe once you get everything all mixed up. Everyone just loves this, Herlan, so we really do appreciate this. Oh, and someone wants to know if you can do fish with citrus sauce. Question on the egg that you use. Is it the only the egg yolk, or
Correct.
Is it whole egg?
Correct. They are more, you can use it, the whole egg too, but what I'm afraid is sometimes the egg yolk will create more adhesive when they heat up, like more stick together. Sometimes if a whole egg or water, sometimes they're like halfway open, the skin. So
Okay.
with the egg yolk, but I did it with water before too. Just make sure you pinch it really good, all the sides.
And do you need, for when you're doing the pan fried, do you need to use the oil, or can you just do them in a non-stick type of pan?
You can do that. The only thing oil will help is it will make the outside part is crispier. That's the only part. And then the oil, when the oil meet the water, it will create high pressure steaming on the pan, and then cook it more faster. You can do it without oil for sure. Probably it will be, the skin one is crispy outside, or you cook it longer. either way will work.
Okay, terrific. And I'm going to repeat something that you said earlier. There's questions about the vegan pot sticker. You said tempeh. Use tempeh as a replacement for the pork, or tofu, or any kind of vegetarian protein. Is that correct? That's correct. And then a second question that's here is making them without the eggs. And you said you can use water.
Correct. To seal the skin part, the edges of it. So,
okay.
So I can show you a video here. What I do is with the egg yolk, I just put my finger and then just wipe it around half edge, and then you're gonna fold it later on. So if you're not using egg yolk, just use water, the edge. And then put the filling and fold it.
Well, it looks like everyone's busy eating. That's my guess.
That's right. It is really, really good. And Aaron was trying also. He was like, wow. And it's really simple. There is no special technique you do. The only thing is the folding it. But as far as you go, you're learning it. You'll make a couple mistakes how to folding it, but you'll get it when you're doing it, As long as they're close, it doesn't matter how you're folding it.
Great. And just answer a last question here for Simone. She asked the size of the pork for the dumplings. I think it says that you were working with a half a pound of pork, but it's pretty much a goodly tablespoon, right, that goes into it.
Correct.
It's sort of how full you want your dumpling to be.
So probably a half pound of ground pork, it will make about, I will say about between 25 to 30, depend how much you're putting it. So again, this thing, it come with 50 of them, 50 shit, the whole thing of the skin. So if you're making a pound, it probably will make around a whole thing of this. So 50 dumpling is a lot. So what I do is I usually make it like a 5-pound batch at home. I make it 5-pound batch and I break it down into 1 pound bag and freeze it. And then whenever I need it, I just pull it and make about a pound all the time.
All right. And Simone, we will include, as I said, we'll include all of those ingredients and the instructions when we send out the recording. And we will remind everyone that this presentation is recorded, and you will receive an email with a link to the recording in about 2 weeks. So you will have the step-by-step again to refer back to. We want to thank you, Herlan, for this delicious presentation, and I'm sure that everyone is appreciating all of your talent while they're eating their lunch there, I hope. If anyone does have any additional questions, you can go ahead and email them to ritalum@rit.edu. And we will direct your questions to Herlan. All audience members, as I mentioned, will receive the email with a recording. You can see a full listing of additional virtual events like today's webinar at rit.edu/alumni/events. We have several virtual events each week, and you're welcome to attend as many of those as you possibly can. And I think we're going to try and get Herlan back to do, what is it, the fish and citrus sauce? Is that the request?
Sure.
We'll try to get you back.
See, I grew up, like I said, I was born in Sumatra Island, living next to the coast. So fish is like our daily life, like everyone just loves fish in the area because we have the access for it. So I would love to big, huge tuna, like a 200 pound of tuna. We just butcher it and we cook it for the family.
Well, that's terrific. We'll certainly include that in our next Cooking 101 session with Herlan.
Sure.
So thank you all for joining us. Thank you again, Herlan and Aaron, both of you. We appreciate your time. And everyone can exit the webinar window just by closing your browser window. And you will receive a survey via email shortly after you have closed out your window. So we hope everyone enjoyed the presentation, and we hope you have a wonderful week, and please stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.